starts right now.
Good evening. We begin tonight with a look at the current power outages, according to CPS, here in San Antonio after some of those storms blew through this afternoon. Currently about 96 active outages with 7,475 customers affected, most of them where those storms went by on the northwest side down to the south where they're continuing to go. Good reminder right now that to keep up to date with the weather here in San Antonio, you can always download our KSAT Weather Authority app by scanning the QR code that you see on the screen. Adam Caskey, you said a week ago we'd have good chances for rain today. We got them.
Yeah, we did. We got a little bit of rain. It was nice to see the downpours in our area. Not everybody got it, but at least some lucky neighborhoods did cash in on the rain. And coming up in a little bit, we'll go through how much rain fell and where across our area, and especially across Bexar County. So the rain is done with in San Antonio. It has all moved south and now Atascosa County, Pleasanton, Poteet, Jourdanton, you're seeing it push through. Very heavy rainfall here, and also wind gust up to 47 miles per hour actually measured in Pleasanton. This thunderstorm is starting to weaken as it pushes southward, so it's going to be wrapping up here within the next 30 minutes around Pleasanton, and some isolated activity spreading eastward as well. A look at those rainfall accumulations, and if you missed out today, one other opportunity. I'll see you in a bit.
Thank you, Adam. We'll see you in just a bit. A woman is hospitalized in critical condition after she was struck by a car while crossing the street. It all happened on Rittiman Road near I-35 North. According to authorities, that woman was in the crosswalk when she was hit by a car. She suffered serious injuries and was immediately taken to the hospital. Criminal charges against the driver are not expected because they did stop to help and they cooperated with police there. A homeowner detained after he shot a man with a shotgun following multiple requests for that man to leave. It all happened around 2:15 this morning on Green Hill Pass near West Avenue. Police say a homeowner asked the man on a bike who he had allegedly had a history of problems with to leave more than once. That man on the bike refusing. That's when the homeowner apparently grabbed his gun and shot him. Investigators right now trying to determine if that man who was shot was actually on the homeowner's property or not. It's unclear if that homeowner will be facing any charges. The San Antonio Police Department will be holding its seized property public auction next week. About 100 items will be auctioned off on July 26th. It will be held at the Veteran Foreign Wars Post 9186 over on East White at 6:30 in the evening. Those doors will open at 5:30. Payment only accepted by cash or card. For more information, you can call the SAPD auctions number at 210-207-7932. The clock is ticking for a historic strike vote that would involve thousands of UPS workers nationwide. The negotiations between UPS and Teamsters have yet to reach a deal, and the current contract expires July 31st. CNN's Shelley Malashi has the latest on how the Teamsters union president held a rally this weekend, saying they are organized ahead of negotiations that are set to resume this week.
We've organized, we've strategized, now it's time to pulverize.
Over the weekend, Teamsters Union General President and members speaking out at a rally in Atlanta ahead of a looming UPS strike vote. It comes after the two sides failed to reach a deal over workers' pay and benefits. If UPS workers walk off the job, the effect will be historic, the largest strike at a single company in American history. A way to stop concerned UPS customers from going to rival delivery services.
We did not get a deal. UPS has chose to strike themselves, and we will withhold our labor July 31st at 12:01 a.m. But if we get a tentative agreement subject to ratification and we're going to recommend it, then we will not withhold our labor.
On Wednesday, UPS released a statement saying in part, we are prepared to increase our industry-leading pay and benefits, but need to work quickly to finalize a fair deal that provides certainty for our customers, our employees, and businesses across the country. On Saturday, O'Brien said 95% of the contract has been negotiated, adding that UPS knows they need to pay their members, including the part-timers.
The packages don't move unless we move them. The stuff doesn't go anywhere unless we move it.
According to a Teamsters spokesperson, negotiators from the two sides will meet up on Tuesday in Washington. I'm Shelley Malashi reporting.
Happening around Texas, a Dallas couple who helped identify a kidnapping suspect was unable to collect the reward money, but some business owners were able to get that cash after all and give it to them for the help they gave. Brianna In Kenyatta, Jordan, were able to identify Leonard Neal, a man who was wanted for kidnapping and sexually abusing a 7-year-old girl. They saw him getting on a DART bus. They immediately called police and then trailed that bus until authorities showed up to arrest him. Now, when the Jordans called Crime Stoppers to collect their reward money, they were told they wouldn't get anything since they called police first instead of Crime Stoppers. But local Dallas business owners thought that was pretty unfair and took it upon themselves to give them the reward they deserved.
You guys are the heroes.
I want to thank y'all personally.
And it's my honor, too, to contribute.
It's something that they should be rewarded for.
We want to help and make it right.
And together, those business owners were able to collect $5,000 and gave that check to the Jordans as a thank you. The 20 hottest days ever recorded on Earth have all occurred this month. Scorching temperatures impacting hundreds of millions of people around the world. Here's ABC's Jacqueline Lee with a look at the dangerous and deadly heat wave.
Millions of Americans across the South and Southwest continue to see record-breaking streaks of high temperatures. Phoenix has already had 23 consecutive days where temperatures have reached at least 110 degrees. Those high temps likely to continue through the week. The city seeing no measurable rainfall for 4 months. Las Vegas, Fresno, and Salt Lake City all under excessive heat warnings. Palm Springs reaching a record 9th consecutive day over 115 degrees.
We do see our firefighters attending to more heat-related incidents, and we see more heat-related incidents at our hospital.
El Paso, Texas has already seen temperatures at or above 100 degrees for 37 days. In Jacksonville, Florida, hot and humid conditions taking a toll. These firefighters taking a break on the side of the road after responding to a car crash. Further south, the heat index in Miami has climbed over 100 for a record 43 straight days. That extreme heat now forecast to push further north.
This is an area that was unseasonably cool. Just a week ago, we saw temperatures in the 60s and 70s, but now in Fargo, nearing 100 degrees by Wednesday.
Washington's Governor Jay Inslee has been one of the Democratic Party's loudest voices on addressing climate change.
The fuse has been burning for decades, and now the climate change bomb has gone off. This is a solvable problem, but we need to stop using fossil fuels. That is the only solution to this massive assault on humanity.
In a separate appearance on This Week, Republican Congressman Michael McCall of Texas agreed the warming climate is concerning, but said China, the #1 emitter of carbon dioxide, must be pushed to do its fair share. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, New York.
Still ahead on the news at 5:30, drug smugglers keep thinking of new ways to sneak in their contraband. The latest move they made on the border when we return. Customs officials arrested a man who tried smuggling cocaine into the country hidden in wheels of cheese. Take a look. 22-year-old suspect was driving a pickup truck through the Presidio port of entry when he was stopped for inspection. He legally declared he had the 4 wheels of cheese, but when they were scanned by an X-ray, officials found almost 18 pounds of cocaine hidden inside. According to Border Patrol, it's not uncommon for smugglers to use bizarre ways to sneak in drugs. Just last month in El Paso, 146 pounds of cocaine were found hidden inside an ice cream maker. No word on what kind of cheese. Live look outside. 85 degrees at almost 6 o'clock. That's quite a drop. Adam Caskey will let us know if we'll see another shot of this rain anytime soon. Some rain giving us a little reprieve from the heat. Adam Caskey.
Wasn't it a beautiful thing?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it was nice. Good rain shafts off in the distance. And also, if you're in an area right now, say south or east of San Antonio, where you're still getting rain, as that sun gets a little bit lower, you may actually have a good rainbow out there, kind of like what we had in parts of the hill country yesterday. Let's get right to the radar and take a look at where the showers have moved, where they're persisting, and where they've dissipated. They've dissipated around San Antonio. We still have some lingering clouds, but I don't expect anything more in terms of real shower activity. That heavier thunderstorm that moved through Pleasanton, Poteet, Jourdanton is really weakening right now, but it did drop around an inch of rain. We'll take a look at the totals in a moment. And east of San Antonio, we have some heavy rainfall ongoing just east of Cuero, just outside of Yorktown here and south of Cuero, and into Lavaca County south of Hallettsville. And that's pushing away to the south and east. All right, rainfall totals. You see the light green on the screen, and that indicates at least a half an inch of rain that has fallen. And you see a lot of that in parts of the hill country around San Antonio. We were very fortunate and very blessed today. There's a look at the rainfall, the Doppler radar estimates from that heavy downpour near Pleasanton. 2 inches estimated by the radar, basically midpoint between Pleasanton and Lemming, right there along 281. You look around San Antonio, within 410, just not your day, just not your luck. Outside of 410, that's where we had most of the shower activity, especially around and along 1604. You even go up to Bernie on I-10, 1.4 inches. Scenic Oaks and Leon Springs area, 1 to 2 inches there. Helotes, 2.2 inches estimated by the Doppler radar. Closer to Hollywood Park, about 0.15, and even Stone Oak area, 1.4 inches. That's east of 281, closer to Johnson High School. So some of us cashed in nicely. It was one of those situations, as usual, where it's all or nothing. Here's some verification here in South Bexar County of just under an inch of rain. This from our KSAT viewer there in Southern Bexar County. Posted to KSAT Connect. And Mike Jones in Leon Springs, 1.17 in his Coco Roz rain gauge. We also had a little bit of tree and fence damage, especially on the far west side and northwest side, 1604 Shanefield area. And I believe this was just south of San Antonio. It's just we haven't seen this site for so long. It was something else, wasn't it? And there's a slight chance tomorrow, a 20% chance. I want to get to temperatures because today our streak ended of consecutive 100-degree days. 99. It was a close call. It was a very close call. But the showers and some cool outflows kept us at 99 for the high temperatures. So our streak ends at 15 100-degree days in a row. So that's tied for second place all time with 2013. The record was 21 100-degree days straight in 1962. And look at these temperatures. Helotes 74, Bernie 73, 84 officially at the airport, Pleasanton 75. It's been a while, weeks, since we've had temperatures at 5 o'clock like this. But there's still some heat, of course, where you didn't get the rain. Cotulla 106, 106 in Carrizo Springs, even Junction 104, and Beeville 101. There's a look at the progression of the showers earlier today, and I want to talk about our overall pattern really quickly. The heat high, the center of it, it's over the Rocky Mountains and the Four Corners regions. We have that northerly flow aloft, which opened the door for the possibility of a few showers. And with a stationary boundary last night, and it still draped overhead today, it kicked off a few. Tomorrow, just a 20% chance, and then we're looking sunny and dry. So this evening, the rain is ending. Will be temperatures, of course, all over the place, depending on where you are and if you got rain. Tomorrow, though, we start the day at 77, make it up to 102 for the high temperature with that 20% chance of a few showers. I want to point out Saharan dust. You're going to notice it by Tuesday afternoon. It's going to last through Friday. I'll have the animation and computer model of that coming up on the night beat.
Looks like we're going to make a run for 21 again after making 15 days in a row.
Starting over.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. All right, David Sears, it is almost time to go camping with the Cowboys.
Man, excited. You know, we've spent the whole summer waiting for this moment. The Spurs helped us out and get through some of the dog days of summer, but now we're just a day away from the Cowboys reporting to training camp. The key dates you need to pay attention to are coming up. And a 36-year-old American wins the British Open in a downpour.
Unexcusable performance tonight. No one's happy. It's unacceptable. I think for tonight it is, you have to be disappointed. If you care, you're disappointed. No offense to Miami. Nothing that Miami did. It's what we didn't do.
Who, as you can tell, San Antonio FC head coach not happy. The team lost a USL League game at home for the first time in over a year. More on that disappointment coming up in a minute, but first.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
By this time tomorrow, KSAT 12 Sports will be in Southern California as the Cowboys arrive for their 2023 training camp in Oxnard. This year's camp will look a little different. No Ezekiel Elliott, new offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer, and a healthy mentally and physically Dak Prescott. We will be there live for all the action. So let's take a look at some of the key dates that are coming up this week. Tomorrow, once again, the players and KSAT 12 Sports will arrive in California. And then on Tuesday, it is the State of the Cowboys. Jerry Jones will let us know what's going on. You know there's going to be some drama at some point, though. Wednesday is the first practice. We'll have much more on the Cowboys and the Texans tonight on Instant Replay. Of course, the starting QB gets a ton of credit for wins and has to carry the burden of all those losses. Dak Prescott had 23 touchdown passes, 15 interceptions during the regular season last year. In fact, he had an interception in the last 7 regular season games. Then, in the playoffs, after throwing 4 TD passes in the wild-card game against the Buccaneers, he had 2 interceptions against the Niners. So we asked on Twitter, what do you think is more important for the Cowboys to have to reach beyond the first round of the playoffs? Have the number 1 defense or have Dak throw fewer interceptions? We'll share those results later on tonight on Instant Replay. Hey, San Antonio FC has had a pretty good July so far until last night. Before last night, they were unbeaten at home, going back to April of last year. Last night, it all came to an end. They hosted Miami FC, the second worst team in the Eastern Conference of the USL. And it was the visitors who scored right away in the 7th minute. That's all they needed to win the game. There were a lot of missed opportunities for San Antonio FC, considering Miami was down a player for most of the match after one of their players received a red card just 3 minutes after scoring their only goal of the game. After the match, head coach Alan Marcina didn't sugarcoat their performance at all.
Very disappointed. There was nothing Miami did. I don't want to be disrespectful. I want to make sure that's clear. I'm not being disrespectful. They got the 3 points. We learned from this. We didn't do nearly enough. Pressing actions were non-existent. It's our bread and butter. Number 1 in the league for a reason in pressing actions in any pressing type category. Wasn't present today. And then again, just a lot of individual lapses of focus. It's disappointing, but we'll learn from this.
Hey, San Antonio did get lucky last night. The top team in the West, the Sacramento Republic FC, lost as well, meaning San Antonio is still just 1 point shy of first place in the West. San Antonio has won 3 of their last 4 USL matches, while Sacramento has 3 draws and a loss in their last 4. San Antonio's next game Saturday at home against the Hartford Athletic, the worst team in the Eastern Conference. Ooh, here we go again. All right, this is the picture every pro golfer wants to see, a picture of himself holding the claret jug. There it is right there. Brian Harman started the final round today with a 5-stroke lead, bogeyed first 2 holes. Lead was down to 3, got a birdie on 6, then on 7. Watch this one. Use the side door. No problem. And then from 40 feet away, he rammed home the victory on 14. He went on to win his first major at age 36. So here's your leaderboard results. There's 13 under par. Jason Day in second, tied with 2 other guys, and they were 7 under par, way back there. John Straka also 7, and Roy McIlroy at -6 after the win. Harman talked about playing in that downpour.
Hey, I'm looking at the forecast. I'm like, yeah, what the hell they know? And I get out here, it was Armageddon. It was bad. It was really, really tough. And I haven't historically done very good in the rain. It's just always bugged me. So I was really proud of the way that I struck the ball in the rain today.
Especially this weekend.
Yeah, you can buy a few umbrellas. He won $3 million today. He's also the oldest first-time major champion since Sergio Garcia won the Masters back in 2017 at the age of 37.
The school part really isn't that hard. It's just completing your work and all that. But it's more or less the attendance because of having to go and train and having to be able to go out of town for national tournaments and stuff like that. That's really the hard part.
Hey, boxers train for years before they ever go pro, and one San Antonio fighter is working up to that day. Tonight on Instant Replay, we'll introduce you to one young man hoping to make boxing a career like Mario Barrios and Bam Rodriguez. We'll also tell you when MMA will take over the Boeing Center. Plus, we've got the FIFA World Cup. The mission's getting a lot of attention from the San Diego Padres, and Aaron Rodgers helps us with Rewind the Week. Instant Replay at 11 o'clock tonight, right after the Night Beats.
Another jam-packed edition of IR coming up.
It should be a fun one. Right. We get to talk Cowboys. Can't beat that.
Hey, we're closer to football, and that's all right with
it.
Thank you, David Sears. We'll be right back.
Looking ahead, back in the low 100s starting tomorrow. We're going to start another streak all over again. 102, then we'll get as warm as about 103 on Tuesday. 20% chance of some afternoon isolated storms tomorrow. Otherwise, just sunny and dry. But the heat high won't be parked directly overhead, so the door is going to be open for some disturbances coming in from the Gulf and from the east of us. Something we'll monitor and keep you updated.
So at least we've got that going for us. Thank you.
Better than nothing.
That's all of our time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here for more news tonight on the Night Beat. Until then, have a good one.